Caught in the act. Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for another watch along in the Championship. Tonight we have got Blackburn versus Brentford, and we are going to be looking at each and every minute of this game with your reaction live on Sky Sports. It is a 7:45 kickoff. We will get into the action and watch every single second of it. There we go. What an inauspicious start to the stream by me there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Let me know that you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly, and we will get into the action as we see Brentford. Feels like we've missed them for there's a COVID postponement, and I think they were just saying on Sky the break's been 9 days or thereabouts now. So good to have Brentford back in the race, and that is where they are involved at the top of the table. Here are our games this weekend. Blackburn, Brentford is the first of them. Luton, Swansea early Saturday, Birmingham, Bristol City, Bournemouth, Barnsley, Cardiff, Watford, Derby, Millwall, Borough, Stoke, Forest, Reading, QPR, Huddersfield, Rotherham, Cov postponed, Wycombe, Preston are the Saturday games, and then Sheffield Wednesday play Norwich on Sunday, which leaves our league table looking a little bit something like that. And you can see that a victory for Brentford tonight will pop them back up into second place. Obviously, with everybody else having the right to reply tomorrow. We'll get into the action. Let me just do my plugs first. And we need to say thank you. And actually, we can parlay this with a bit of rather good news. We need to say thank you to our fan sponsor, Charlie, 30 years of Laura Royal. Here's to many more. But never mind about that, because I have on good authority that Charlie's, everybody cross your fingers, Charlie's lung cancer is gone. Let's hope it stays away. But Charlie, that is wonderful, wonderful news. I can see there's loads of well wishes for Charlie in the chat there. Final scan result, cancer-free, hardest time of my life. Most supportive people in the world. That's you guys. Thank you so much, Charlie, for sharing your story with us. You're still a sponsor of the Watch Along as well, and I think your sort of bravery through all of this has been quite incredible. So some good news tonight before the Watch Along starts. Let's just say hello. We got anybody else in the chat? Lots of well wishes for Charlie there. Thank you, Paula, as well. We can drink to Charlie's the king of the bin, actually, as well. We can drink to you. A £2 super chat there as well. Do get involved with the super chat during the show. Great way to help out the channel. There's literally 20 or 30 well wishes for Charlie here. I'll just click on a few just so we can see. Good strength of feeling here, community coming together. Great stuff and great news there. Right, let's get into this Brentford versus Blackburn malarkey then, if that's not too crass a transition from Charlie's excellent news. So we did Blackburn the other night, didn't we? We did Blackburn versus Swansea. So we are quite familiar with them. That game ended 1-1. Wasn't the greatest game of football I've ever seen, I have to say. But Rovers were pretty good value for their points. So we have recent evidence of Blackburn going against one of the top teams in the division in Swansea. They've got to do the same tonight. Kaminski in goal. Nyambe and Douglas are the fullbacks. Now, it was Rankin Costello that started at right back on Wednesday. So he comes, Nyambe comes in for him. Harwood, Bellis and Lenihan. So that's unchanged at centre-back. Buckley, Tribal and Dak. Dak obviously on the goal-scoring sheets in midweek. Gallagher, Dolan and Brereton. Still no Armstrong injured. And Harvey Elliott is on the bench as well. There is the Rovers bench. Pears, Bell, Bennett, Branthwaite, Evans, Johnson, Rothwell, Travis, and Elliott. So a bit of quality on the bench there, particularly in the shape of Rothwell, Travis, and Elliott. Bit of experience as well with people like Bradley Johnson and Elliott Bennett on there as well for Rovers. For Brentford, usual team shape. A lot of the usual players as well. I don't know why SofaScore have got Janelt in central defence. We'll ignore that, shall we? So it's Raya in goal, Dalsgaard and Sorensen the fullbacks. Obviously, it'll be Reed and Pinnock at centre-back. So stick Christian Norgard right in the middle of that midfield three, Jensen right and Janelt left. Norgard returning to the starting lineup, a big bonus for Brentford. He's been missing a long old while, hasn't he? And Buemo, Tony and Fosu up top. So still no Jansen, still no Henry, and no De Silva too. Here is the bench. Daniels, Roslev, Stevens, Godos, Zambarek, Bidstrup, Marcondes, Force, and Kanyos. So again, looking at likely subs, we expect to see Godos, Kanyos, Marcondes, and Force. Obviously, they're all kind of attacking players, but if the game needs changing, I suspect those are the go-to guys. And as we said in the build-up, Brentford in fourth, but the goal difference is really good. Look, plus 25 on there, as opposed to, I suppose they're not that far off because they conceded a few more. 19 for Swansea, 22 for Watford. So it's close-ish, but we literally could end the night with all three of our second, third and fourth teams who are the sort of three teams for one position, all on the same number of points going into, obviously, Swansea and Watford's games tomorrow. Get your comments in. Get your predictions in. What is going to happen in this one? We also have Aston Villa at Newcastle tonight, which is a dearly departed game. I'll go to comments and predictions in just a second. Obviously, we've already had a couple of super chats. Thank you so much for them. Super chat any point in the stream, most direct way to support the channel. The most continuous way to support the channel is via Patreon. Exclusive shows over there, Thursday Q&A, quick predictions, classics reviewed. We've had all of those either yesterday, today, or coming on Tuesday. So lots of stuff there, and it's absolutely free. Every time you see this sign, thumbs up, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, hit that, and obviously subscribe on YouTube and ring the bell for notifications. I haven't plugged it in a while. Teespring shop for merchandise as well. Shall we go into the comments? See if we got some predictions and whatnot here. Chris is going for a 2-1 away win. Charlie, congratulations again, Charlie. Brings a smile to my face. Just the mere mention of your name. He says B's 3-1 here. 1-1 from JR, 1-1 from Owen as well. 4-2, says James. Sky doing an EFL ones to watch. That's George and Ellie, isn't it? I never get to see those because I'm always knackered after these things. But I'll hit record after the programme finishes here. Kieran says Dolan was really good on Tuesday. He can cause this backline some problems. We'll see. Yeah, Dolan very direct, very not just quick, but the acceleration over a few yards is fantastic for Dolan, and he seems to have been moved across into that middle of the three spots as well, doesn't he? 2-1 Bs, says James. 3-2 Bs, says Adam. Did you see Blackburn record in February for the last 3 years? I did not see that, no. Is it one of these statistical quirks? Obviously, did we go into lockdown middle of last February? So, yes, but sometimes they pop up, don't they? Evening, Daniel. If you stay in the stream, can you keep your eyes on Newcastle Villa for us? That's a big game for the dearly departed in the Premier League, particularly Fulham, who are chasing Newcastle. Please just indulge me for a second. I have got it on the iPad above. If there's anything on it, we could do the last 15 minutes of it, to be honest. Let me just bang through these teams. For Villa there, Martinez, El Mohammadi, so Cash not back. Cons and Mings target. McGinn, Louise, Ramsey, so different looking midfield there. Sanson not playing. Traore is fit. Trezeguet and Watkins up top. Cash on the bench. Conspicuous in his absence, Aston Villa star player Jack Grealish. And Newcastle there, Dubravka, Kraft, Lascelles, Clark, Dummett, Hayden, Shelby, Willock, Fraser, Joe Linton, Dwight Gale starts. So perhaps a little bit more attacking than the watch-along we were subjected to on Sunday between Newcastle United and West Bromwich Albion, which wasn't the best game of football I've ever seen, but compared to what Derby and Barnsley served up a couple of nights ago, was pretty much Brazil versus Italy 1982, wasn't it? So there we go. Cheers to everybody, by the way. Great community here. Players are out. Brentford in their sort of grey-black away strip. They're all lining up just to go for the formalities. News on Wilder expected in the next hour. I just went with it, Anir. I recorded on Chris Wilder at 11 a.m. this morning on what we knew, expecting to be able to release it about 12, and then at 5, and in the end I just put it up. So I've already got a video out about Chris Wilder, but we still don't have official news on Wilder going yet. Paula, excited by Brentford midfield? Yes. Have we seen this combination yet? Feels like Norgaard's not played at all much this season, and I don't think Janelt was settled in playing when Norgaard was actually playing himself. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they all dovetail. Ada Costa, 3-2 Brentford. Kieran 1-2 Brentford. Lots of love for Bees. I'm a mate for life. Thank you, Charlie. Brilliant stuff, and just such great news. Let's hope we keep it away. Keep that horrible disease away. 3-1 Bees, says Carl. What else have we got on here? Barry 1-1. You're back to school, Owen. Good for you, my friend. Enjoy this one tonight. 3-1 Blackburn. Pace will be the issue. Yeah, they just got to get in desirable positions. Adrian says Villa will pass. Adrian's not been a confident Geordie's fan recently. Saw my first comment too when kicked off. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we try and get the kick off. They never put the clock up straight away, do they? Evening Peanuts, weekend sorted. Let's do this. Super stream. There is referee Eltringham, who some of you will not be pleased to see, but there we go. Annie says 2-1 Brentford. More good wishes for Charlie. Let's raise a glass to Charlie tonight, who is cancer-free, which is great news. The whistle goes. The Blackburn players take the knee. The Brentford players are obviously not doing that anymore. Ivan Toney went to close down straight away. So here we go. For those of you who want to sync, we've just kicked off. I'll give you a proper 1 or 2 minutes into the game. Let's enjoy this. Back at school, coming home, watching 2 hours of my videos. Legend, Norwich 2000. Brilliant stuff there. Better than Trevor Kettle and Keith Stroud. Stroud hasn't been as bad as he used to be this season. He's almost improved, hasn't he? Here's Lenihan in the centre circle. Gets pressed by 2 Bees strikers there. Wins the free kick, which Tribal plays to Douglas. Douglas into Harwood Bellis and Lenihan. We know Blackburn have a lot of passes and a lot of shots, and maybe their points total doesn't quite tally up in terms of the efficiency of that play. It's up the right wing for Dolan. And Sørensen has knocked it out. And it's a throw in to Rovers. 1 minute and 6 on the clock. I'll give you a proper time sync if you want to match up properly with us here. Foul on Ivan Toney, or has it just gone for a throw? I think it's just gone for a throw in to Brentford. Doesn't look as windy as it was in Barnsley the other night, or in my garden the other night as well, for goodness sake. It's back with David Raya, who clears forward, and that is going to go tamely through to Harwood Bellis, who plays it back to Kaminski. SofaScore have realised that Ethan Pinnock is a centre-back and put him in the right place. I'm sure that will vex you, Championship connoisseurs. Right, 2 minute sync coming in 3, 2, 1. 2 minutes if you want to sync up with me. Rovers kind of slow getting their passing going here in these early going. Been charged down, and the ball's gone out for throw-ins on 3 occasions already. When does Mowbray's contract expire? Do you know? I'm not sure. Someone look that up on Transfer Market. New channels, yes, I'll probably spin that. Oh, God, there you go. Let's make it even more visible. Other low percentage light sweet American lagers are available. Summer 22. Thank you, Chris. Another year for Mogger. Feed the Wolf. I'm good, fella. Yeah, all good. Shame to see Branthwaite not starting. He can't find his way into the team. Jensen crosses in. And Buemo drags his foot over the ball. Tries to slide it through. Dalsgaard had come on the underlap, the right back. He couldn't quite find him. And Rovers are going to get it clear. Here's Buckley. Well, I thought Buckley played well, the young central midfielder, the other night against Swansea. Here's Gallagher to Dolan. Watch this pace now. Nice dribble by Dolan, who chips it through. Gallagher tries to stop. No, he's offside. Hits him on the back of the head, let's just say. Three minutes and 40 seconds gone. Pitch looks smooth. Yeah, looks all right, doesn't it? It's hard to tell. Is it? A little bit choppy in the middle, but hey, didn't we have a waterlogged one cool off for Blackburn maybe back in December sort of time? Frankie, if Rovers can do us a favour again, I'll be buzzing. Context is king here at the end of the season. Every fan knows what they want from every game now, don't they? As the season goes on, the image gets a bit sharper. That's a foul, surely, by Sørensen. Referee Eltringham doesn't give it. Brereton going down. Looked like Sørensen had a hand on the back, or maybe two, of Brereton. Let's have a look. And with it being referee Eltringham, you'd think the... Oh, no. Okay, no, it's a... I apologise to referee Eltringham. It wasn't a foul, was it? Restart. And I think Daka's been penalised. It's going to be a Brentford restart. Awkward fall for Dolan there, trying to close down Winston Reid. And no, beg your pardon, it's Dolan who's actually been penalised. Here is Reid again. Reid clips it forwards. And Douglas clears off Brian Buemo, and it is a Blackburn throw. 5:37. Pretty slow going so far in this one. Although more football already played than in the first half of Derby and Barnsley, which was a struggle, wasn't it? Big diagonal from, wasn't even a diagonal, just a big boot forward there by Buckley. Cleared, and Buemo returns the favour. Lenihan plays to Nyambe. Nyambe to Brereton on the right wing. Looks like Brereton's got fouled. No, again. Now here come Brentford, and that was an opening they've missed there. Yanelt completely overhit the pass to Buemo. He's in on the right-hand side, Brian Buemo. Not like Yanelt then. He's normally better than that. Yeah, it's a simple pass as well when you look at it from the replay. Completely just overcooks that. He knows. He holds his hands over his mouth. Poor pass by Yanelt. First kind of opening in the game. And Pinnock goes home to Araya. Big boot down the ground. Tony flicks it on, and Tribal plays it back to Kaminski. Lovely assist by Tribal the other night for Dak's goal. He didn't look like he was getting in the team earlier in the season, Tribal, but seems to have played his way in towards the end. Sophie will give you a time sync on 8 minutes. It's going to be in about 30 seconds time. How many cans will I be having? I will have a maximum of 2, so I don't get in trouble. Although that would require Shaley to get me the second one. Tony has fouled Lenihan there. Lenihan's pretty furious with right back Nyambe. Be interesting to hear how that conversation went. Right, we're going to do an 8-minute time sync if you do want to sync up. So we're 8 minutes in. 3, 2, 1, sync. Here's Buckley. Centre circle. Blackburn have had the majority of the ball so far, haven't they? They haven't done a great deal with it, I have to say. But they've had the majority of the ball. Here is Tribal. Tribal tries to play through the lines for Dak there. It's cut out. Jensen, good ball. And Buemo's in on the right. If Tony can find him. Tony finds Fosu. Fosu beats his man. He's gone down. Fosu, and it's a penalty. An 8th minute penalty here. Referee Eltringham gives the foul. Tariq Fosu has won the spot kick from Dara Lenihan. It was turned over in the middle of the park. Tribal gives it away initially. They break really quickly. Fosu goes round Lenihan. The knees kind of where the contact is. Down he goes, and yet another game, yet another penalty. Looked like a pretty nailed on one there. Fosu running the other side of Lenihan. The knees clash, and down he goes. And here comes Ivan Toney, who I think, what is he on? 25 goals this season already? And he's a very interesting penalty taker, Toney. He uses what I call the death stare technique. Stares the keeper out, walks up and sticks it in the other corner. Here comes Toney, and he scores. 1-0 to Brentford. Ivan Toney, the goal scorer. Fosu upended in the box by Lenihan. And it's 1-0 to Brentford in, by the time the ball goes in, it's about 10 minutes in, but the penalty was at the end of the 8th minute, and the Bees have the lead. He's so good at those penalties, Tony. I'd love to see in a real big penalty shootout or something like that, whether he'd use the same technique there. Yeah, Lenihan just gets done, doesn't he? He's in the wrong place at the wrong time then, standing still as Fosu tries to go by him. A bit of an exit. Yeah, I mean, we're in two things can be true, isn't it? After the Phil Foden thing the other night, you don't blame any player. If you get contact, go down, for goodness sake, because they ain't going to give it if you don't. So In 2021 penalties, yeah, exactly. Exactly a penalty in this day and age. Great penalty, to be fair. Any contact, and yep, that's the way it is now. I wouldn't get too cross about it, Liam. It was a foul. Whether he dived or not is really kind of inconsequential, isn't it? Or whether he went down. He didn't dive because there was contact. My perception of a dive is when a player goes down when there's no contact. That to me is a dive. Fosu exaggerates contact, but there is a foul, and that should be all that matters, shouldn't it? If there's a foul, it's a penalty. So Tony chasing in again. And the only way we get rid of that is they have to stop giving them when people go down easily. But because everybody does it, they've made their bed now, haven't they, the football authorities? And this is what we've got now in 2021. Silly from the defender. Yeah, he got done, didn't he, Jack? He got done. Caught flat-footed with his legs in the wrong place and the knees clash. And down he goes. Brentford win. Should put them favourites for the automatic with a game in hand. Well, they only have a game in hand on Watford, won't they? Swansea will still be on level games, won't they? But yeah, there's going to be plenty of twists and turns in that second place race between now and the end of the season. Big clearance by Raya, headed out by Lenihan. Back in it goes. Didn't bounce there at all. Bit of a pudding of a pitch in that little quadrant there in front of the centre backs. Dak heads on. Here's Dolan now. Back to Dak. Yanel gets there first. Here's Yanel. Plays it to Fosu. And Fosu is down. Nyambe went down with him. No foul. Here's Buckley. Good ball. Dak. Dolan now. Edge of the box. Step over from Dolan. Just over-engineers that. Well, I think it's going to be a corner for Rovers. Exciting player, Dolan, isn't he? Always, I would say, get you out of your seat, but we're not in the stadiums, are we? Rovers are so open when they turn the ball over, they are immediately in trouble. Hi, Ben, was that a dive? Absolutely not. Oh, I totally agree, Liam. Most penalties now wouldn't be given a few years ago, but we're not living a few years ago. We're living now, aren't we? Corner goes into the back of the box. Harwood Bellis was there. Sorensen fell down in front of him. They managed to get it cleared. Blackburn first one's on the beach. Not yet. Not yet, but they might be. I know Bristol City might beat them there, mightn't they? Or if Middlesbrough beat Stoke tomorrow, Stoke will be on the beach with 10 to go. Another corner for Rovers. Good delivery. Ooh. Oh, no, there's an offside being given. It bounced through, and I thought there was going to be a potential tap-in. They're about to kick off at St. James's. If anyone's watching that, thanks, Annie. You rumbled me. Yeah, give us a updates if anyone's watching Newcastle Villa. It's Blackburn 0, Brentford 1. We're coming up 15 minutes in this one. Ivan Toney with, I think, should we double check that? I think goal number 26 of the season for him. Yes, indeed. So Toney 6 now ahead of Pookie on 20 and Armstrong, who's obviously not playing today, on 19. No, 19. Here is Fosu's given away. Norgard plays back into Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard to not a great turn by Norgard. Completely mugged Stack off there. Clipped into the front. There's a big overload on the far side. If Fosu can turn Nyambe. Fosu fouled by Nyambe. If he could, it's a good foul actually by Nyambe, because if Fosu had managed to get away there, They were in on the left-hand side, big style there. To Chris's point about Rovers being open on transition, they totally are, aren't they? If that ball's moved quickly and decisively narrow, there seems to be quite a bit of space, doesn't there, for Brentford to attack into. Here's a free kick then to Brentford. It's a hell of a way out for a shot. Jensen is there as a right footer and Buemo as a left footer. Dalsgaard, I think, is kind of lurking on the back post. I don't know what they've got planned here. It's not obvious. I think Buemo might be going to have a shot here. It's really, really a long way out. 18, 24, 30. It's in between 30 and 36. It's probably 34 yards out, this one. Jensen clips it in. He's looking for Dalsgaard. And Dalsgaard's run is a little bit overexcited. And he is offside. Didn't work out there. All a bit over elaborate. Two players standing offside, walking back in. Decoy on the taker. Reverse ball was a little bit too complicated, wasn't it? Big goal kick forward. Headed away, and it's into central midfield. Launched into the channel for Dolan. Brereton trying to power through, and Pinnock gets it clear for the Bees. I think Thomas Frank got a touch there. Was Thomas Frank a player or is he a data guy? Anyone know? Go on, Blackburn, says Steve. 26 for Tony, which is 6 more than Pookie and 1 more than Derby. You can see where Derby's problems have come this season if they've scored less goals than a single player. Their manager should be able to mentor their players. He knows a thing or two about goal scoring, but there we go. Can't wait for Reading Forest in the Super Stream. Yes, bring it on tomorrow. 1:15 start for the Saturday Super Stream. Sorensen on halfway throws it in. Nyambe's got it clear. That's going to go all the way through to David Raya. Not even Tyrese Dolan is quick enough to get to that one. And Blackburn reset. Out it goes to Pinnock. Left centre back. Dreadful ball by Pinnock straight into Buckley. Buckley plays it forward to Dolan, who comes short, finds a bit of space. Dolan back to Buckley, into Tribal. Good touch by Tribal. And into Buckley. Rover's patient. Not quite sure where they're going with this, but they're patient. It's with Nyambe down the right. That's going to go out. Brereton trying to get there, but they don't look at it today, Blackburn, do they? The passing seems a little bit... It's like it's not quite 100% committed. Dolan looks dangerous, but it's almost like, we've spoken about the danger Blackburn are in when they do turn the ball over. It's almost like they're passing it, worrying about what happens when they give it away and what goes on there. Gallagher comes forward, cleared out, hoiked up by Buckley, and Sorensen heads it out. That's not to say Brentford are dominating this game, because they're not, but it just feels a little bit like Blackburn's usage of the ball could be a little bit more efficient, I think. Here's Dolan. He wins another throw-in. I bet if I put the numbers up, they've had more possession. Yeah, 52-48 on the possession. Dolan tries to go between the two of them there, and Bees clear it. Here's Harwood Bellis, plays out to Douglas. Douglas plays the channel. Dalsgaard heads away. Here's Jensen, bit of space for him. Carries the ball 10 yards. Nice ball by Jensen. Cross into the centre for Janel. Ball does held up in the mud a little bit there. Norgard round the corner. Poor ball from him. He's better than that. And Nyambi sees that one to go out. Throw in for Ryan Nyambe. He's taking his sweet time. Brentford won't mind. They're leading. Down the line to Brereton, who quite cleverly just flips it past him into Sorensen to win another throw-in. And Rovers move 10 yards up the pitch. And Buemo brings that down. Oh, nice turn away from Tribal. Here's Dalsgaard. Good covering from Gallagher. Norgard. Oh, nice sidestep by Norgard. Played it into Yanelt, who tried to help it onto Tony. Here's Fosu. Pinnock plays it into Reed. And Reed to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard sold and Buemo a little bit short there. He wins the 50-50 with Dak. Norgard, another second poor ball by him. And Rovers snap in and win that. Now, right, here come Blackburn on the counter with Gallagher. A poor ball by him. And it's cleared in return. Bit of a intensive back and forth. Lenihan comes forward, plays a big diagonal. And Douglas against Dalsgaard in the air. And Douglas has been penalised for fouling Henrik Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard springs back up. We'll see how much of a foul that was. No, it's definitely a foul. He's 2 hands in the back. And shoves Dalsgaard, who understandably goes down and takes the free kick. Uh, 23:10 on the clock. Blackburn 0, Brentford 1. Long one forward. It's broken for Tony here. Here's Mbuemo on the right wing. And Mbuemo to Dalsgaard. And not a good ball. And he's had to go back into Reed. And Pinnock. Pinnock, long one forward. Tony leaves it from Mbuemo. He's onside. And Mbuemo right wing. Ooh. I thought he was going to get past Douglas then. Douglas looked like he'd really overcommitted. But Jess sticks out a leg, and that's enough to stop Brian and Mbuemo. Newcastle Aston Villa has the stench of a goalless draw. With my Fulham hat on and dearly departed, and obviously Villa. Could do with a Villa win in that one, I have to say. Martin, we need to learn how to defend Brentford. The amount of times we've gone behind is shocking. Well, clean sheet now, and 3 points are coming in. Blackburn will edge a draw 1-1 or 2-2. I want Blackburn to win, not for Norwich, but for FIFA card I've got. Oh, nice. Okay. I wish I understood how this will work with FIFA, but there you go. Noxious. I'm also here because of FIFA. But there you go. Welcome. 2 quick throw-ins there. Douglas takes both. He's going to get another one, I think. Referee Eltringham signals that one. Douglas for Rovers down the left wing. Surely Dak is offside there. Yeah. And it's going to be a free kick in the right back position for Brentford. Feels like if Blackburn do manage to click some of this passing, they will have a threat, but they just haven't done it yet. And Brentford look reasonably comfortable here. Would I consider Tomori a championship great if Tomori won the league or the Europa League with AC Milan? No, I wouldn't. We only had him for 1 season, didn't we, Liam? On loan at Derby, so no. Oh, back pass from Pinnock. I thought that was going to go short, and it was Dolan chasing it. And Buemo's chasing the other end now. Kaminsky comes out sweeping and manages to get that one away. And Pinnock looked fairly calm there. Calmer than me with that one. 70% possession to Aston Villa, says BT up there. Buckley does well on the edge of the box. Referee Eltringham's pulled it back, but I think good play by Buckley. I could teach you, but you'd be bored before I finish. That's tremendous. Let me guess, Ben predicted a draw for Barnsley-Bournemouth. Watch the video, Annie. I hope Barnsley win tomorrow, but wherever Barnsley finishes, it's been a great season. Been tremendous, haven't they? Yeah. Armstrong and Dak have got special cards. If they do well, they get... Okay. Well, Armstrong's not going to do anything, is he? Because he's not playing, but... There you go. 26-59. Gone in this one. Blackburn 0. Brentford 1. Fosu winning a penalty off Lenihan. Ivan Toney scores his 26th goal of the season from the spot. Harwood Bellis knocks that one forward. Oh, Dalsgaard knocks it on, and it went right through Tribal there. And a little bit wibbly looking at the back there, Blackburn. Long one into the channel, and Winston Reid shepherds that one out. Norgard hooks that one forward. Headed away by Reid. Here's Tribal. Good close control by Tribal, but gives the ball away in the end. And it's worked out to Mbuemo, who comes down the right wing. Nice ball across. Janelt plays it back to him. And this is where they miss Rico Henry, because he would have been on his bike then and an option for Mbuemo. But Sorensen was just a little bit further back than I think maybe Rico Henry would be. And Mbuemo waits and he draws a foul off Dolan in the end. The free kick's clipped in, and Barry Douglas is very easily able to head that back home. Buckley to Nyambe. He fizzed it into him, and Nyambe couldn't quite control it, but he's won a throw-in nonetheless for Rovers. 29 up on the clock now. We never looked after Brentford scored, did we, at the live league table? And as it stands, being my operative words, Brentford will go second if nothing changes. And of course, tomorrow, Watford and Swansea can go back past them. But for now, that's quite fun for a chase, isn't it? 66, 66, 66. The number of the beast. So said Iron Maiden. 666666. Is Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard clips into the channel. Mbuemo and Douglas going at it again. No, Douglas has done well, and Mbuemo clearly fouls him. Good battle between the two there. They're both smiling as they get up. Nice and competitive, no aggression there. And Douglas then puts the free kick against referee Eltringham. Everybody's smiling. On we go. It nearly hits Eltringham again. He's doing it on purpose, Douglas, isn't he? Harwood Bellis to Kaminsky. Kaminsky to Buckley. And yeah, Blackburn still moving the ball fairly indecisively around their back four. BBFC has gone from sponsored by set plays to penalties. Well, we're going to get a set play now, Russ, because Sorensen's going to lob a long throw in into the box. So let's see if we can be sponsored by set plays again. In it goes from Sorensen. Pinnock up with Gallagher. Oh, shot driven in by Matt Jensen. And really travelling. The keeper, Kaminski's getting nowhere near that if it's on target. It's just gone wide. He really smashes that. And it goes through the crowd as well. If he puts that probably even 3 feet inside the post, he's going to score. Shins it a little bit, actually, but really flies towards goal. Sliding block from Conser to deny Joe Linton. I wouldn't have suspected the first thing we'd hear would be Villa denying Newcastle in that game, but we'll keep an eye on it. The rain pouring down, 31:57 on the clock. Sorensen, that'll get gift. Bad touch and then completely fresh air kick. And it's a Blackburn restart. But Nyambi has had to go back into centre half. What do I think Blackburn need in summer to make them genuine contenders? Good question. They need whatever the final piece is to make a quite good passing team with some quite good, some decent actually attackers. Something's not clicking, is it? And on paper, it kind of should with what they're trying to do and some of the resources they've got. But hey, what's the final piece? I don't know. Clear foul by Janelt on Buckley there. Is Harwood Bellis in the centre circle. And yeah, again, this indecisive feel. The centre-backs exchange passes and Harwood Bellis ends up clipping it out to Brereton. He heads it down. Actually done quite well from that. Nyambe's knocked it forward. Dolan holds up. Dolan gets the bounce now. Back into Buckley. Ooh, Buckley. I think surely he's going to get booked for that. I know everything looks bad now, but Buckley really caught Reeve there. It was a good old hot-blooded 50-50 that, but you know what these are like, don't you? 1 millisecond late and you're off, aren't you? Let's have a look at this. Oof. I mean, I don't want this to be the case, but I've seen people red carded for that. Buckley's momentum follows him through and he catches Reeve pretty much on the knee with his boot there. No malice in it whatsoever, but that's not the standard these tackles are judged by, is it? Here is Reed, replete with sore knee. In one for Tony to chase. Tony into the box on the right-hand side, and Tony's clever. He wins a corner there. Bertrand Traore doesn't look like he's having fun. He's limping back to halfway line. Tony takes the corner short for Jensen. Jensen inside to Fosu. Fosu and Buemo clips it in low. Poor cross by Buemo. And now here comes Tyrese Dolan. And Buemo was pretty quick there, and Dolan completely bottles a 50-50 with Ivan Toney there and just drags the ball back out of play. Toney is about twice the size of Dolan, though, to be fair to him. So, an impressive player in many ways, Ivan Toney. Very sort of complete striker, isn't he? Ticks a lot of the boxes in terms of versatility, in terms of strength, speed, finishing, aerial touch. Pretty good at all of it, isn't he? Throw into Brentford, which Dalsgaard is going to take down the right-hand side. Tony has been fouled. Good refereeing that by Eltringham. He waited and waited for an advantage, and in the end, he pulls it back. And Brentford, they're just keeping Blackburn at arm's length in this one, aren't they? Without looking fantastic, without being commanding, they're kind of in command of the game. Yeah, I wondered that, Mr. E, with VAR and 10 replays on tackles like that. Free kick to Brentford then. Again, Mbeumo and Jensen over this. They kind of overcomplicated the last one. And Mbeumo is not going to take this. Jensen clips it in. Again, coming back on himself, cutting it back to sort of reverse pass it in, and doesn't work again. Maybe that'll be the last time we see that attempted free kick from Brentford. Obviously got something planned there, haven't they? Trying to get Norgard 1v1, but it didn't happen. Nyambe nicks it off Fosu. Surely Sorensen has fouled Gallagher there, yeah. Free kick to Blackburn. Foul by Sorensen on Gallagher. Pretty blatant body check, that one. Couple of fairly hefty players there. Sorensen knew what he was doing. And referee Eltringham keeps his cards in his pocket still. Diagonal from Blackburn. Good chest by Gallagher. Good defended by Dalsgaard there. Gets touched tight. Closes down the shooting opportunity. Because there's a good chest down that by Sam Gallagher. Dalsgaard did well. The right back for Brentford. Do I think Sunderland will get promoted this season? I think they will, Annie. I think they will. Why do advertising boards have to be so close to the pitch? Because everyone wants their products displayed in all their glory across the TV, don't they? That's a bit dangerous sometimes, doesn't it? Reyes kick into midfield. Doesn't go very far. Here's Dolan. Great dribbler, Dolan, isn't he? Really good player to watch. Everything happens at kind of breakneck speed, and he, switches and changes direction. Thoughts on Swansea at this point in time? Well, Gethin, I appeared on the Swans cast. So you could check out. I did a whole half hour on Swansea with Luke and Lee and John. So I'd recommend that. You hear me bang on about Swansea. Enjoy doing it, actually. Joseph, a Sunderland fan. Welcome, sir. My voice never gets annoying. Believe me, it does. Here is Norgard in the centre circle. We're coming up 40 minutes. Brentford still controlling this ish. Tony, great flick on now. Janelt into the box. Janelt drives it low, left-footed. And it's wide of the post. That was so straightforward. Straight ball down the ground. All the way from Raya. Tony wins the flick on. There's a shout for offside. Janelt with not much pressure on him. He should hit the target there. Janelt. Bit of a nosebleed from centre midfield. But we did see Janelt score a brilliant goal, didn't we? Who was that against? Stoke? Who was the goal Janelt scored against when he smacked it in the top corner with his left foot? I don't remember. I think it was Stoke. Here's Gallagher going down the left. Good ball, actually, that. Tried to set Dolan away. Reed on the cover managed just to get there first. Here's Gallagher again. Good play again by Gallagher. Dak. Norgard just shadows Dak and takes the ball off him. Into Tony, who for once doesn't manage to hold it up. Tribal manages to, just quite clever actually, just dinks it out when he's surrounded by two. Buckley, good ball to Brereton. Brereton in down the right, crosses in and prodded away by Ethan Pinnock. Nyambe to Buckley, and Buckley into Harwood Bellis in the centre circle. Decent little spell this for Blackburn, actually. Dolan and Gallagher both looking dangerous. Can they create a shooting opportunity? That's not what they've been doing. Brereton loads it in again. Barry Douglas is up on the back post, but not too much quality on the cross there. And out it goes. And this is what we're talking about in this game, isn't it? Blackburn having a lot of the ball. They have had no shots on target in the first 41 minutes. So it ain't happening. We just saw the penalty decision again. And Tony, who is a supremely good penalty taker, isn't he? Scoring that one. Douglas slips as he the ball had already gone out, clears that one down the line. It's going to be a throw-in for Brentford, which Dalsgaard will take. We can do some Q&A and whatnot at half-time, or we can watch a bit of Newcastle Villa, maybe. Let me know what you want to do. Here's Jensen, Tony down the right. Oh! I love Ivan Toney. He's a brilliant player, but that may be the worst cross you will ever see in your life. I don't know what happened. Either he slipped or the ball bobbled or something, but it almost goes directly up in the air off his foot then. Shocking cross from Tony, but he's moved on, and so should I, probably. I'm the dude. Do you think Tony would get more or less the same amount of goals if he was striker for Norwich? I think he'd get exactly the same. Brentford score more goals than Norwich, don't they? I'd have to look on their chances and their shot counts, but Tony has scored loads of goals for whoever he played for, I think, in the Championship. He's just a very good player, isn't he? Throw in to Brentford in a right back area. Dalsgaard is, I think he's going to try and get them up the pitch a bit. Throws it in long, but straight to Buckley. Buckley to Douglas. Nice first touch by Douglas. Takes him by his man. He's looking for Dolan there. He's sold him short. And Norgard, who has this habit of being in the right place, right time. Good pass as well. Norgard, Jensen, Fosu now. Fosu and Buemo tearing through the right channel there, but Norgard's coming forward with a great play by Norgard out to Fosu. Fosu, nice feet, skins Douglas. Fosu crosses it in. It's up off a defender. Tony on the far post now. He's taking it just outside of the box. Tony held up by Brereton. Tony, good ball to Dalsgaard. They're going to try and recycle and restart here, but Dalsgaard's had to go all the way back to Winston Reid. Reid goes long looking for Tony, and that's not a great ball by Winston Reid. They did have an overload there down the right-hand side, and Norgard's looking really good, the central midfielder there. He bossed that attack, won the ball, started it, got up with the play. When Fosu turns back, it's into Norgard again. He drove forward, then slipped a lovely ball, reverse ball then with his left foot. They have missed him, haven't they, Brentford? Dalsgaard heads away. Douglas to Buckley. Bit of a dodgy first touch by Buckley, but he gets it back. Nyambe slides in on Yanel, and Yanel goes down. No foul given. Somewhat theatrically, some may suggest there. We're into 1 minute of stoppage time. Here is Harwood Bellis. Diagonal from him. Fosu, Norgard to Sorensen, who bangs that one forward. Tony's causing a few problems in the air as well as, Tony causes all kinds of problems, doesn't he? And that is half time, guys. Let me know your thoughts on that first half. It's Blackburn 0, Brentford 1, and it kind of has the air of Blackburn haven't quite got out of second gear and Brentford haven't quite got out of third gear. It feels like both sides have got more to give in this one, but Brentford have the lead and are managing to look sort of fairly comfortable. What I will do while we're at half-time, I'll stick Villa and Newcastle on, and we'll have a little bit of a look at that in short. 32-41 gone in Villa Newcastle. It's 0-0. And it looks like we have a Villa corner. So I'll keep my eye on this for a second and then we'll talk a little bit more. McGinn crosses in and Clark heads back to the keeper. Let's have a look at the numbers. 51-49 on the possession. No shots on target for Blackburn, who technically look quite pretty, but haven't done a lot with their 195 passes, let's just say. 3 shots for Brentford, and the one big chance of the game, obviously, the penalty, which was scored by Tony. And there's the table, where you will see Brentford tying up Watford and Swansea on 66 as things stand. Watford playing Cardiff tomorrow, tricky game. Swansea go to Luton. Away games for both of those two teams. Let's have a look at some comments here. That was only more exciting than, do you reckon? I thought it was miles better. Technically way better, and at least it has a pattern to it. I mean, you just can't get much worse than that first half there the other day. Up the bees. Well done, Chris. Blackburn giving Brentford too much time to take the ball and think about where they're putting it. What videos will I do during the international break? I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. I'm sure some things will transpire, won't they? Core Ben, don't forget your halftime refreshment. We'll see if the lovely Shaylee will deliver me another beer. Fantastic half. I'm sure as a B, you're pleased with that one, Chris. Very much had the effect. Brentford were cruising, weren't they? They didn't have to do a lot to be in too much control of that. Did they? Looks like my 3-1 prediction won't come in. You never know. You never know. What was Mowbray's football like at Ipswich? Obviously, he was a dour defender and seems a dour man. Well, he never managed Ipswich. Well, I mean, he did caretaker for like 2 games or something. His football's always been good, Mowbray. He's very intelligent man. And his West Brom team played really good football. Thoughts on the penalty? Thoughts on the penalty? Well, other than to say Fosu did Lenihan. Lenihan's in the wrong place. And we know that this is going to be a penalty, don't we? So the knees clash and down goes Fosu. Wrong place, wrong time. Do I think Rotherham should be deducted points? Unless you can show me evidence that Rotherham have been neglected, then of course they shouldn't be deducted points. No. Can we debate and say that was not a penalty? Well, it was a penalty, wasn't it? So probably not. No. Have I had my COVID jab? No. Haven't even been asked. There we go. Frank was an amateur player. There we go. We did ask. Rumours from the USA that Orlando have rejected a £10 million bid from a Premier League team. Really? I'd like to see the source of these rumours. That sounds like an awful lot of money for Daryl DK, who's made a good start, but doesn't appear to be worth $10 million. But we will find out. Paula is back again. Thank you very much with another super chat. A £1 super chat. There we go. Right. Let me do a couple of plugs. Keep your comments coming in. Thanks as ever to Charlie, who is our fan sponsor for this one. 30 years a loyal royal, and very pleased to say cancer-free now. Charlie, wonderful news there. The lung cancer, hopefully, has done one. Our friend Charlie, so I'm sure you're all pleased as I am with that great news. Support via Super Chat. At any point in the broadcast, first Super Chat becomes king of the bid. And that's, who was that this time? It was Charlie, actually, wasn't it? You can subscribe over on Patreon. Exclusive shows, Thursday Q&A, quick predictions, classics reviewed. YouTube, hit like, hit comment, etc. Blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. Right. What else have we got here? You bees, says Shawnee. Nice. Drink, Benjamin, drink. I can't. Look. I tell you what we will do. Let's ask the question that every man is terrified to ask. It goes something like, can you get me a beer, please, darling? We'll see how this works out. Perhaps a little bit of fatigue showing in Blackburn's attacking cohesion. Perhaps. I mean, you're giving them credit there, Chris, giving them an excuse. You might be right. You might be right. Are Brentford giving Blackburn a good stuffing? Not overly, no, but they're fairly well in control of this. It's fairly low key. Tony has scored more goals than Wycombe Derby and Wednesday. Yes, he has indeed. Sorry, I haven't paid any attention whatsoever to Newcastle Villa. 38. I think that might be further on than that. I think my iPad might be a little bit behind. What else have we got here? Will you be live stream on Watford v Cardiff? Yes, we will be around. I'm sure someone will be watching the game as well. I'll be across about 10 of them. Sorry to go off topic. What do you think of Martin Ødegaard? Arsenal. I have to plead the fifth on that. I'm not too knowledgeable on Martin Ødegaard. Was he not the kid who was really good when he was like 15 or something? And wonder kid type player, as they would say on Football Manager. Does that mean Charlie has binned the cancer then? We think so. It is gone. He is free. So fingers crossed. It stays away. We've already discussed this. Tyler, you're entitled to your views. I think it's a penalty. If you think it's harsh, that's grand. But we can probably move on. Everyone is entitled to their views. Penalties always subjective, aren't they? Dude, anyway, Blackburn can score 5 goals in 5 matches. Okay. Anything else? Could you please do a beer live stream evening? They often are wine and beer infused, my live streams, aren't they? So, yes. So you wouldn't say Brentford are plucking Blackburn apart then? Or that are we doing chicken puns, are we? Okay. This sounds like a Venky type joke. Keep your comments coming in. Sky are on their latest ad break, and then we will be back for the second half of this. Blackburn versus Brentford. That's a good question. Anyone who's on Wilder? Anyone got anything? We've just been waiting. Do you think they'll do a Sheffield Wednesday and announce it at 11 p.m., despite the fact they've probably known about it all day? Embargo it during the day. We will find out, I'm sure. I just can't imagine all of those news outlets would have gone so big on it if they didn't know for definite. If you super chat, Ben has to chug. I can't, Russ. I can't. I can't. If Barnsley don't go up, do you think Leeds will ransack their squad? No, I don't. Maybe for Styles, I guess. But Leeds have already had Mowat, who would be the other one you'd really, really want, wouldn't you? So we can still see them develop a little bit more. Do I see Jose Mourinho winning the Europa League Cup with Spurs? Yes, because he always wins trophies, doesn't he? Who do you fancy to take over Wilder? Swansea fans will hate me. If Swansea don't go up, I'd take Steve Cooper if I could, if I were at Sheffield United. But then again, you're looking for a manager who knows the Championship, who has a connection with Sheffield United, who's good with a three at the back. Sounds a little bit like Chris Wilder, doesn't it? But hey, you never know what's going on in the background, do ya? Do ya indeed? Wilder to West Brom next season. I'm sure everyone will want him next season, won't they? Every Championship team, all of the relegated ones will want him. Oh, is that a delivery? And a hiccup. You're right, darling.
Yeah.
You gonna say hi to everyone?
Hi.
There we go. What a woman. Shaylee, everybody. And she's gone. Shaylee, get in the chat because people will ask you questions if they see you come in. There we go. I don't get why Sheffield United would get rid of Wilder. Surely they should look at what's happening to Norwich. Well, I totally agree. And we did the... I looked at the last 6 teams that have been relegated. And Huddersfield went down and Siewert didn't last the season and they don't get promoted. Who else went down? Cardiff went down. Warnock didn't last the season. They don't get promoted. Fulham went down. Parker does last the season. They do get promoted. Watford go down. Ivic doesn't last the season. They may get promoted. Bournemouth go down. Tyndall doesn't last the season. Howe doesn't even make the start of the season. They may go up. Norwich, they don't change their manager and they're 10 points clear. So that may be completely oversimplistic, but it does seem that, okay, the key with Norwich is that they saved their pennies last season. And obviously Sheffield United haven't done that. They've spent their pennies, but still the stability in the dugout seems to be the way to go, doesn't it, in the Championship? So, yeah, I agree, but you never know what's gone on behind the scenes. If there's been an irreconcilable fallout, then so be it. Right, who are we drinking to? Thank you, Paula. Another super chat. I think that's Paula's like 3rd super chat tonight. So thank you very much. Tip the waitress. Okay. Rothwell and Elliott are coming on. There's a bit of running power for you, isn't there? Rothwell and Elliott, 2 great dribblers, those 2. Shaylee, always way more popular than me. Totty, there she is, yeah. Evening, Shaylee. I think it's more Wilder's choice. We're going to hear more, Jack, aren't we? We're going to hear more. Do you think Sergei Rebrov as a manager got Kiev to the... Is that the same Sergei Rebrov who played for Spurs? Because I think I saw his debut, Rebrov, way back. Hi to Shaylee. Eye candy. West Brom, Darren Moore. Well, exactly. Yeah. Anybody else? Chug, chug. I'm not bothered about the head on it. Who cares? I'm not going to chug it. But I'll have a nice sip. I tell you what, Russ, you try and drink, because Coors is really fizzy as well, isn't it? Try and drink beer and keep talking without turning your guts inside out. Deary me. Right. Shall we go to the second half? Let me know if you want a time sync into the game. It's Blackburn 0, Brentford 1. Both sides look like they have other gears that they could reach during this game. I think most people have agreed in the chat here. Let's see if either team can really click everything together. As Jensen tries to slip it through to Tony. That looked dangerous. Dangerous. Underrated Michael Jackson album, that Dangerous. Great stuff. Oh, nice turn by Fosu. But he's turned it over. Yanel. Oh, nice ball by Norgard. Norgard's playing well, isn't he? Into Fosu again. Oh, Reeve flies into that tackle. Dolan has gone down. Still no yellow card from Eltringham in this game. Sven. Sorry, I should have been looking at that replay of that tackle, but I didn't, so I can't comment on it. My bad. I could wind it back on my TV, actually. Sheffield United's 39 goals last season told us they were going to get into trouble this season. Maybe hindsight being 2020, that would appear to be right, wouldn't it? But not sure I heard many people saying that at the back end of last season, celebrating a 9th place for Sheffield United, but we can't deny it now. Nyambe goes 50-50 with Yanel. Looked a painful one. But he carries on. Forward to Dolan. He knocks it off to Rothwell. Good bowl through by Rothwell. Here's Dak. Dak knocks it back. Good ball by Dak to Dolan. Good play by Blackburn. Dolan, what's he doing? That's poor from Dolan. We've praised him a lot tonight. And the move was progressing really nicely. And he kind of stands on the ball, step over. And it was a bit of style over substance there from Dolan. And Brentford are going to clear now, only as far as Douglas. What's Eltringham whistling for there? I have no idea. Yeah, Sky just showed a replay there. He basically tackles himself, Dolan, in the end. Too many notes, Mr. Mozart. 48-10 gone. Let me know if you want a time sync. Headed forward by Dalsgaard, flicked on. Here goes Yanel, trying to get him behind. Nyambe does well, actually, on the cover there. The back four was really narrow then, weren't they? Kaminski clears to halfway, headed down by Norgard, who I'm pretty much racking up as the man of the match at the moment now, the Brentford central midfielder. We'll get your views on that later in the game. Norgard into Mbuemo, heavy touch by him. And here comes Rothwell with that trademark drive through midfield. Oh, he's so good at this. Rothwell carries it, tries to play through for Elliott. Oh, it's brilliant from Rothwell. We've picked up on this many times during the season about Joe Rothwell's ability to just pulverise midfield and drive through. He did it then. He carried the ball like 40 yards, tried to play it through to Elliott, but Raya was out to gather it. Brilliant from Rothwell. Really exhilarating to watch as well. Annie, we'll give you a time sync at 50 minutes, okay? Is it half time at Newcastle, by the way? I guess it is. Time sync coming up, guys. Sorensen boots that one down the line. Blackburn looking good last 2-3 minutes. So 50-minute time sync in 3, 2, 1, sync. Either pause me or pause your coverage. You should have just got that one, Stephen. Hopefully. Jensen crosses. Fosu on the back post now. Fosu touch, hits it low, breaks for Yanel. Yanel knocks it back and Buemo edge of the box and Buemo right-footed. It's blocked by Douglas's back. He turns his back on it and it bounces out. Decent opening twice there for Brentford. Here's Fosu again on the left wing. Fosu to Norgard. Not a good pass by Fosu. And here comes Dolan on the turnover. Here's Elliott. Elliott in off the right wing. Good feet by Elliott, as you'd expect. Gets it back. Little clip ball by Elliott. Again, a little bit of overplaying by Blackburn players. But they've still got the ball. Here's Rothwell. Horrible first touch, but he manages to get round Jensen. Rothwell goes again. Rothwell slips it through Dak. Dak with the shot. Oh, it's just past the post. Joe Rothwell, brilliant again. Driving through the central midfield, poking it through to Dak. I think it's a straight ball with an angled run. Let's have a look. It's great play by Rothwell again. Dak's clearly onside. Touch with the right foot. Oh, I don't think Ray gets a hand to that. It's a difficult angle for Dak. Scuffs it a little. I think keeper does touch that, doesn't he? I think that should be a corner, but it's not a corner. I think they've gotten away with one there. Brentford. Rothwell is making a difference in central midfield. He looks decent. Certainly made a difference. Here's Buckley. Clips that into the channel to nobody in particular. Fancy a draw here, says Graham. Brilliant build-up. Yeah, they're looking a bit better now, Blackburn, aren't they? Bees didn't get close enough. Difficult with Rothwell, isn't he? He just comes from nowhere from central midfield. Here come Brentford on the counter. Tony into the corner. Nyambe holds him up. Tony wants to take a quick throw in. Tosses it to Fosu, to Sorensen. Sorensen to Fosu again. Norgard to Yanel. Good football by Brentford. Sorensen. Decent cross into the middle by him as well. Rothwell, nearly gave it away on the edge of his box. Here's Fosu and now Sorensen down the left again. He had way more time than that. Crosses it early. And Buemo, Douglas kind of jumps with him. I think it came off from Buemo, didn't it? It's going to be a Blackburn throw. A couple of good crossing positions for Mads Sorensen, the left back there. Tribal has gone off and Travis has come on. So a third substitution for Rovers now. They'd already brought on Elliott and Rothwell for Gallagher and Brereton. Now Travis comes in for Tom Tribal in central midfield, excuse me. Rovers throw. Buckley flips it on. Fed through, looking for Yanelt. Over the top it goes. Elliott clips it forward. Here's Travis in central midfield to Dak to Elliott. Elliott plays it into Dolan. Good ball that. Back out to Nyambe. Nyambe to Travis. Poor ball by him. Norgard sweeps it up and Travis clearly fouls Christian Norgard. Time check is 55 minutes right now, Tyler. Don't know if that's helpful. I did that a bit too quickly. If it's not, ask for another one. I'll give you another one. Here's Dalsgaard. Plays the channel. Nyambe takes it away from Janelt. Goes home to Kaminski, who clears long. Pinnock heads away. Travis heads forward. Blackburn looking better in this second half with the substitutions. Elliott to Buckley. Nice switch of play by him to Douglas. Controls with the chest. Douglas back to Buckley. Here is Travis. Travis to Elliott. Out it goes to Douglas. Elliott again in the box. Manages to get it back to Barry Douglas. Brentford's defensive shape looking fairly solid there. No way through for Blackburn. But still a fairly sustained bit of possession here. Buckley tries to clip it into the channel. Dolan's chasing after that. He's going to get it, actually. So damn quick, isn't he? Dolan tackled by Jensen. Jensen to Douglas, who tackles himself. And out of play it goes. And there's probably a good 90 seconds of Blackburn keeping the ball. But again, let me bring up the numbers. No shots on target still from a Blackburn. So for all of their 282 passes completed now, no shots on goal. Travis, the substitute, has just come on. It looks like he's taking a bump on his right hip. He's just getting this numbing spray on that. (57:27) on the clock. I think you're an ostrich, Caden. Are you an ostrich? I love that clip. Absolutely tremendous stuff. Why are we talking about Nigel Pearson anyway? And Paul Lambert? Deary me. Throw in from Brentford. Tony's getting pulled there. Free kick. Tony has had a shot from... Oh, we put it on the roof of the net, actually. Tony took the free kick really quickly from miles out there. Kaminski's beaten. Would have been a hell of a goal, that. Did the camera catch it? Yes, it did. Oh, that doesn't miss by much. Just lands on the roof of the net there. Brian Mbuemo does really well. He just places the free kick. And Tony takes it early. Actually, in deference to Kaminski, I think he was closer to that than I thought he was. But clever play. (58:42) on the clock. Norgard sweeps it up again, and Mbuemo around the corner, and he's given that one away. Jensen prods it back, and Dalsgaard plays the channel. Tony's chasing, he's not going to get that. And it's going to be a restart for Blackburn as we come up to the hour mark. So Mowbray's already made 3 substitutions. We expect Thomas Frank to go next. Brilliant effort that by Tony. We're seeing it again. The Sky are now showing their 6th replay of it. Oh, put through. Here is Fosu into the box. Nyambe goes with him. Fosu, low cross, and Buemo on the near post. Good cover there from Lenihan. He was wise to that. And Buemo was going for the left foot toe poke there. Fosu just running off the shoulder. And yeah, good cover by Lenihan. And it's a corner for Brentford. We are past the hour mark now. Travis has gone down again, actually. He's got a bump on his right hip, we were wondering. Yeah, just 50-50 with Christian Norgard. Let's have a look. Actually fouls Norgard, but Norgard's knee hits Travis in the hip. And I wonder if the substitute's going to have to be substituted. Mowbray looks back at the bench. He is. So Travis having come on in the, let me give you the minute, Bradley Johnson's coming on. Very trustworthy player. Travis came on in the 54th minute. He's gone off in the 61st minute. Probably the shortest substitute cameo that doesn't involve a red card that we'll see this season. Bradley Johnson, though, has probably played about 10,000 championship games, hasn't he? Been a great player for Norwich and Derby and Blackburn. Corner headed away at the near post. Jensen's got it back. And it looks like Winston Reid has fouled Barry Douglas. So it's going to be a restart for Blackburn. Not much in that, but ho-hum. Here is Elliott in the 10. Oh, nice ball by Elliott to Dolan. Dolan hits the shot, and finally, Blackburn have a shot on target. Worst news is it was very easy for Raya to make the save. Here comes Sørensen driving away at left back. He's looking direct for Tony. Buckley. Here is Elliott. Oh, lovely no-eyes ball by Elliott. Dak to Rothwell. Back to Dak. Good football again. Here's Elliott. Elliott, nice feet. Out to Nyambe, right wing. Give and go. Good move this. In it goes, and Norgard makes the interception. Out it goes as far as the Rovers' defence. And here's Nyambe. Elliott crosses low, right-footed. Norgard leaves it for Sørensen. Up in the air, the clearance. When they get the dribblers going, Blackburn, there is a threat with Rothwell carrying it, with Elliott carrying it. Still one shot on target and just not forcing any decent openings yet. We have a super chat. Tyler, you legend. International break, do a rise and fall for the last 10 games. Annoyingly, Tyler, it's going to be 8 games to go. Rothwell hits the shot low, right-footed. We waited 60 minutes for a shot on target, and we get 2 in a minute from Blackburn there. But yes, we'll definitely do a analysis. Do you know what? I'll probably do them on Monday or Tuesday, Tyler, depending on how time was going. Here is Janelt. And a foul on Tony. My mate Neil from New York wants to know why. Oh, Jim Morrison. Wow. There we go. I think I can open the fake news sin bin for a dreadful lookalike. So Sasuke Inoue is our first person, although Jim Morrison's quite handsome, but I haven't put anyone in. Into the fake news sin bin goes whatever his name was. Sosuke. We'll hear from him in 5 minutes. Better than Jesus, I suppose, Jim Morrison. And here's Tony trying to get through. I think he's offside. Yeah, as soon as he tries to play the ball. The offside flag goes up. Here's Elliot in the centre circle. Yanelt through to Mbuemo. Mbuemo carries it and plays it out to Jensen. Jensen switch of play. Not a good ball, headed out by Nyambe. And here comes Elliot, who's carried the ball already for about 30 yards. Out it goes to Dolan. Dolan down the right. That's poor from him. He's going to get a second go at it, though. Sorensen should have come away with the ball then, I think. Nyambe. Buckley switches the play, looking for Douglas. Douglas can't win the 50-50 in the air. With Brian Mbuemo. Thomas Frank chews away on his gum. Still hasn't made a substitution. Tony Mowbray's had to make 4. Well, 3 by choice and 1. Lewis Travis going off and on again. Mogger swearing away on the touchline there. He could lip read. Jensen has pulled up. But I assume he's kept going. Yeah. And it's another throw in for Blackburn down the left. Hooked on by Johnson and cleared by Reed. Big boot down the ground by Kaminsky. And it's gone all the way through to David Raya. I wouldn't back Sheffield United going straight back up. There could be a lot of change. Well, clubs that do have a lot of change don't tend to go straight back up, do they, Ridley? So if there is a lot of change, I'd probably be in your corner. Always look out for chaos at clubs. It doesn't translate to good results on the pitch, for sure. (67:45) on the clock. Daniel says Newcastle Villa 0-0 written all over it. 52 minutes gone in that one. Unless it's an absolute blowout, we'll maybe have a look at that after this one is done. Here's Dalsgaard. Comes forward, crossing position for Dalsgaard. Whips it in. And Ivan Toney has been penalised for a pull of the shirt there. Not a pull of the shirt, a pull of the arm of Dara Lenihan. Chaos theory holds everywhere, David. Really does. Dolan. Nyambe crosses in low. Elliot, he's got control of it. Hits the shot. It's blocked. Rothwell with the shot. And I think it takes a deflection. It's either a scuffed shot or a deflection. And Raya makes the save. They seem to be getting a bit closer now, Blackburn. Third effort at goal in the sort of last 10 minutes or so. Yeah, it's a scuffy one. In fact, he scuffs it off his standing foot, which makes it easy or easier for Raya to make the save. Vital 87th minute for Barrow at Walsall. Tell us more about that, Chris. What's going on there? This is a much better second half. Yeah, it's been fine. I don't get the what's the word? A delusion towards it. Here is Fosu, left side of the box. Beats Buckley, crosses back post. Tony and Harwood Bellis going at it. Hammer and tong again. I think it's going to be a Brentford corner. Did it come off Douglas at the end? Let's have a look. Fosu crosses in. Oh, yeah, just a complete miscontrol. Poor from Douglas. And a chance for Brentford to stick it in the mix-up from a corner on the right-hand side. Reed is forward, Dalsgaard, Tony, Pinnock, all around the penalty spot. And Buemo, left-footed, in comes the corner. Reed on the near post, goes loose. Tony's nearly there, but it's fallen to Harvey Elliott, who boots it away down the ground. That's tremendous. It was a sincere honour to be put in the fake news sin bin for the first time in my life. You're very welcome. You've accepted the honour in a great way. You're very welcome around here, Sasuke, if you actually get the joke. Looks like Fosu's going off and Canos is coming on. Marcondes is going to come on as well for Jensen. Remember Jensen trod funny a few minutes ago, didn't he? And was feeling his right ankle. This could be a return for Marcondes, I think. He's certainly not started a game for a while. I don't know whether he's had any sub minutes in recent times, but Marcondes in central midfield, Canos on for Fosu. So straight swaps, really. He'll play down the left wing. Will Canos. It does look like we've had some sub appearances, does it, for Marcondes? 24th of Feb, 27th of Feb. But yeah, last two games he's just stayed on the bench. Obviously trying to work him back to full fitness. Brentford. Give me a long throw in here from Sorensen, Brentford left back. 72:30 on the clock. Lenihan was in there, and I think Lenihan has been fouled. I mean, for Blackburn bet, so I would agree with that, Tyler. Indeed. Brentford will lose players, but will reinvest. Well, maybe if they go up, they won't need to lose any, but if they don't, then yeah, you just wonder how long keep that excellent practice up. Need to get promoted sooner or later. Here's Nyambe. Dolan inside to Elliott. Elliott trying to reverse ball to get Dak in. It was the right pass, but he couldn't pull it off. And Brentford clear. Deary me. Lovely turn by Dak there. Dak drives forward to Nyambe. Nyambe tries to cross it. Oh, it stayed in somehow. Incredible spin ball there. Elliott, good ball. Back out to Nyambe. Oh, crosses charged down too easily there from Ryan Nyambe. Canos pokes it forward. It's turned over, but if Tony had managed to control that, and Buemo was an easy pass and in. Buckley's got robbed there. Tony has got goal side and Tony's strong. And Buckley's about to get a yellow card. The most clear tactical foul you will see. How many pints a bit? Not many. Not many. That's like 1.995 now, probably. Eventually selling your best players will catch up with you. Normally does, doesn't it? Rovers goal coming. Optimistic Reading fan. Bits is feeling an equaliser there. Brentford looks solid. I'd agree with that. Russ. Walsall struggling since Clark left. Barrow caretaker. Chris, you're an absolute football savant, mate. I don't know how you know so much about football. Insane. Please stay on our channel and in our chat though with your insight for sure. Mark Condes is going to take the free kick. He put it to the back post and Pinnock could not keep it in. Still 0-0 up at Newcastle. $75.55. On the clock. Norgard, who I think has played really well, actually, has come off. And Godos has come on. So you could argue now that the Brentford midfield is easier to play through. You got Marcondes, Godos, and Janelt, as opposed to Norgard, Jensen, and Janelt. If I'm a Blackburn midfielder, I'm like, I can run through that. Elliot Bennett has come on, and we've seen him play a bit further forward than we're used to. Arise, Christopher of Dowling. Get Chris on the panel. I'm not getting Chris on the panel. He'll embarrass me with his knowledge. He'll send me to school, won't he? Free kick, Blackburn. Harvey Elliott is penalised. He's wagging his finger at Jeff Eltringham. He needs to stop there. Godos is trying to steal a few yards. Or is he trying to waste some time? I wonder. Here's Reed. Reed with the diagonal looking for Canos. Niambe gets that back home. The momentum graph on SofaScore says Blackburn are bossing this half. There it is. I mean, bossing might be stretching a point. No big chances, but they've had a lot of possession. But they always had a lot of possession, didn't they? They were mentioning you on All Leeds TV. Were they? What were they saying? Someone clip that for me. Blackburn really is Norwich 2.0. Yeah, but Norwich in 17-18 before they were good, yeah? And Buemo chases through. He is clearly offside. Mark Condes tried to clip it. Impossible to tell that. Let's go with the linesman and assume he's made the right call there. We didn't quite get a side-on view there. His vital Barrow stay in the EFL have been unfairly jettisoned for Hereford in 1973. A long one forward, looking for Dak in behind. Noticed a lot of my music on Instagram. Lovely. Thank you, Swanscast. Difficult to stick music down the normal channels now when they're full of football fans. They want to hear about football. Here is Mbeumo. Mbeumo to Tony. Tony into the box. He smashes it with the right foot. And he's dragged that one wide. Judging by his reaction, was he offside? Don't think he was. Let's find out. No, he's definitely not offside. A bit half-hearted from Tony, that. It's a decent enough connection, but the direction's way off. Here's Elliott. Switch of play from Rothwell out to Douglas. Douglas, where's he going? Nowhere fast. Plays it back up the line. That's a good ball. Johnson into the channel for Dolan. Knocks it back. Crossed in by Johnson. Was there a pull on Niambe? Oh, smashed across the box, and Dak can't header it towards goal. I can't believe Blackburn haven't managed to get a shot on target out of that little exchange there. The ball went in. Bit of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Sorensen has an arm in contact with Niambe, but Niambe didn't dive. Could have made it look something that it wasn't, but I think the fact that it wasn't says a lot, doesn't it? The next thing, though, is they could have... Oh, Canos, great shot from him from long range, parried out by Kaminsky, and then a horrible ball back to him by Douglas. But they have managed to get it clear. Rothwell plays into Elliott, who knocks back to Niambe. It's going to go back to Kaminsky. Good action in this one. So one end... kind of half of a penalty shout for Niambe, but following that, ball across the box. Can they stick it on Bradley Dack's head? No, they can't. And then straight up the other end, Canos with a great drive with the right foot, parried away by Kaminsky in the Blackburn goal. 82 on the clock. Is there an equaliser in this for Blackburn? It has the air of already. We've already seen a few of these. It has the air of a nervous end of season game, doesn't it? Here is Canos. Fouled by Dolan. Just seeing Canos' shot again. Swinging and swerving in the air. And pushed away. Here is Dolan. Dolan into Johnson. Johnson, nice little clip with the left foot out to Niambe. Niambe to Rothwell. A less nice clip by him. And that's easily headed back by Dalsgaard home. Lots of shouts for this penalty. Yeah, I don't agree. Niambe doesn't get there, but there's no indication that the arm is doing anything to stop him getting there. I think his feet just get stuck in the ground, don't they? But there we go. Tyler agrees as well. Should have been a penalty. The problem you've got is there's no VAR in the Championship, so there's no chance that Elchingham's going to see the arm around the back with Niambe in the way anyway. So nothing given, I'm afraid. By the way, if every time someone held someone in the penalty box, there would literally be a penalty every corner. There'd be two. 84:30 on the clock. Sky are showing this again. So he's already falling. He's about this far away from getting his left knee onto that. Russ, I don't think there's anything in the rules about where a player is looking. It's either a foul or it's not. Chris agrees with you, though. The cross was right there for him, held back. I didn't think he was. I think they're both jostling with each other, and his arm's there, and it's right at the last minute you actually see him grab it. But we can agree to disagree on that one. Everyone else apart from me thinks it's a penalty. There you go. I don't know what the commentators are saying, by the way. I haven't got the sound on. Kanios has just been cleaned out by Linehan there for a yellow card. It's going to be a free kick to Brentford, which Godos is going to take. File that under Syndham given, but refs generally like to. There you go. Clipped in by Godos. Here's Marcondes. When did Force come on? Must have been during the 800 replays here. Here's Force into the box. Crosses it low, looking for Tony. Good defending by Blackburn. Oh, big chance there. Force, and it's kind of flapped away by Kaminski in the goal. Tony headed it on and Force was in behind. Here's Tony again. Tony hits the shot towards the near post. Woof. Goodness me. The best thing about the championship is no VAR. Well, there you go. Andy Hinchcliffe thinks it was a penalty. So I'm not going to agree, as he said, the Foden. Foden in one wasn't a penalty. Commentators think it's a clear penalty. I'm on my no, I'm not, Russ. There's been about 5 people in the chat said they didn't think it was a penalty. Looked like his knee was already on the ground when the arm entanglement occurred. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on and on about this. If that's a penalty, there's 10 penalties every game in the penalty box, because that means if you touch the other player's arm, regardless of whether you've impeded them, then it's a penalty. So that's all I'll say on consistency on that. But everyone's entitled to their opinion, including the commentators and anybody in this chat, and me, in fact. But it wasn't given. Here is Harwood Bellis. Harwood Bellis to Rothwell, to Dolan, clipped into the channel. And there is a foul. And now who's squaring up to who there? Reed and Bradley Johnson, who should know better. Bennett gets in the way. But it's going to be a restart for Brentford. Not a free kick, as I thought it would be. Going to be a throw in to the Bees. And headed away. $89.07 on the clock. Here's Bennett. Bennett switches the play. And Niambe. Oh, Sorensen catches Elliott there, and I think he's going to get the yellow card, isn't he? Yes. Sorensen late on Elliott. Free kick to Blackburn. Poor tackle by Sorensen, that one. And it's 89:58 on the clock. We're going to wait for the stoppage time. 5 minutes. In goes the free kick. Headed on. And Dak can't quite get there. Raya gathers up. I think Dak probably would have been flagged offside, actually, because he was offside when the free kick went in. Lenihan headed it across. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe they'd have called it another face. Anyway, Raya clips that one down the line. Wilder's still not gone. What time is it? 9:33. This has been going since 10 a.m. this morning. Literally, TalkSport broke this. Still not gone. Wow, look at this. Bradley Dack trying to pull the Dion Dublin sneaking in from behind Jobby there. Mowbray's not happy with that one. I didn't actually see that happen. The first I've seen of that is the replay. So Dak runs in from behind. Dak's down, actually, hurt. Need to see another replay of that. Do we talk more about... Yeah, it's bloody boring, isn't it? It's like everything, any player touching each other in the penalty box is now a penalty, isn't it? And 800 messages of debate as well. I need to see this one again. I haven't seen it properly yet. So, right, let's have a look. Right, so Raya throws it down. Dak sneaks up from behind him, and the two shoulders come together. Anything more than that in it? And Dak falls over. I've got no idea. I've lost the will to live debating penalties. If Swansea got it, everyone would say it wasn't a penalty. If your team got it, you'd say it was a penalty. If it was against your team, you'd say it wasn't a penalty. I've lost the will to live on penalties, for God's sakes. It hasn't been given, put it that way. So what I will say is if it was in the middle of the pitch, everyone would go, oh, shoulder charge. Perfectly fair. So there you go. Ivan Toney has got the man of the match. And 3 of the 5 minutes. I hope Bradley Dack's okay, by the way. Obviously, he's had his injury problems. Just showing Ivan Toney's highlight reel here. Now, Bradley Dack's going off on a stretcher. I hope he's okay. Because obviously he's had terrible injury problems. There didn't look anything much in it. Mowbray's just had a word with him. So I hope Dak is okay. That stretcher doesn't look good, does it? Right, we're back going again. 94 minutes 20 on the clock, although we're going to get at least another 4 or 5 minutes now because of the big, long injury hold. Suspect we'll go more towards 98 in this one. Johnson plays it forward and Reed gets it clear. So the 5 minutes minimum stoppage time is gone, but I reckon we're going to get another 3 minutes. Here is Yenelt to Force, who's trying to make a run down the right-hand side. Harwood Bellis. Oh, God. This game is deteriorating now into every time someone gets touched, they're going down. Long diagonal. Flicked on. Yellow cards come out from referee Eltringham for Elliot Bennett. Frustration there, just shoves Reed in the back. And a very good close-up of Bennett saying to referee Eltringham, "You're effing S," as he got booked. Dear oh me. Russ, I said Stroud had got better, not Eltringham, mate. Listen. Another foul, I think, on the touchline there. Tony's down, holding his back, but he won't stay down because he's not on the pitch. Not worth his while. Here's Rothwell. Give and go with Elliott. Rothwell drives forward. Rothwell knocks it off. Oh, he tries to poke it through for Johnson. It's gone through to Raya. My very inaccurate idea of how much stoppage time there will be, I reckon they'll go to 98 minutes. So I reckon there's about another 45 seconds to go. But it could go longer than that, I think, because Dak was down quite a long time. Here is Tony. It's going to be a free kick to Brentford. And they should probably be able to see the game out with this possession now. Here's Marcondes, who draws a foul. And it's all getting very bad-tempered now. Bradley Johnson fouls Marcondes. And he gets a yellow card. Yellow card for every foul now. $98.22 on the clock. Hedging my bets on the time. Well, they're way over 98 now. It's 98, yeah, 98.31. Surely we're done now. I suspect they'll clip this free kick into the corner. And there you go. Oh, well, a game of football turned into a very tedious debate about where we've got to with penalties nowadays, where literally everything's a penalty and every contact in the box that isn't a penalty is then debated for the next 100 years, isn't it? Yeah, I think football needs to sort it out now, doesn't it? There's too many penalties. And what that means is we get situations like this where now literally everybody thinks everything's a penalty. And then when it's given as a penalty, there's too many penalties and it shouldn't be a penalty. Let's have a look at the numbers anyway, which tell us that Blackburn 59-41 on the possession. They didn't have a shot on target until the sort of hour mark, did they? 4 on target in the end. 3 corners to 2. 2 big chances to 0 is revealing because it means Blackburn didn't create anything really. And obviously Brentford having the luxury of sitting back on a lead from the 8th minute or something, which obviously changes the game state. It really had the air of an end of season game, didn't it? Just win. Just win. Get a goal and just win. And the players are knackered, aren't they? We need to get to the international break. We have a goal for Aston Villa. Newcastle 0, Aston Villa 1. I may just quickly switch over because that's quite an important goal, and we'll finish our God, how do I do this? There we go. Favourites. We'll finish our... Oh, man. I hate this TV. Right. Oh, screw it. It'll come up on the iPad in a minute. So, Brentford into second place on 66 points. You can see it's just updated there. 3 wins in the last 4 for the Bees, and Blackburn heading towards the beach. Let's have a look at your comments here. Wicked deflection. I have not seen the goal yet. UEFA needs to sort out these penalties and handballs. Just causes confusion. I mean, it's just tedious, Liam, isn't it? It really, really is. It's like any contact now, everyone wants a penalty. And if they get a penalty, or if teams get a penalty, everyone's outraged that they've got a penalty. But then the same people who are outraged when the penalties are given are now saying that literally everything is a penalty. It's not a good situation we've got ourselves in here. And it's not a good situation that Newcastle are getting themselves in. A header deflected in from Ollie Watkins. And this could be very good news for the dearly departed. Let's have a look. Any other comments in here? We got to the stage of the season where the better sides grind out results. Yeah, I mean, Brentford were hardly scintillating, were they? Don't think either team deserved to win, but good. Yeah, that sums up an end of season game, Russ, doesn't it? I think Blackburn did enough to deserve the draw. In a thrilling second half, they were cheated and also picked up 3 injuries. Yeah, I hope Dak is okay. Obviously, I hope all the players are okay, but to see Dak go off on a stretcher, not good. Did the bits bet not come in? DM me the clip of All Leeds TV. DM me on Twitter, Leeds 2021. So, one more look at the table. Brentford in second place, but Watford and Swansea will both get another go tomorrow, all on 66 points. Now, you Bees, well done. You Brentford fans, get the 80s refs back. Well, they just wouldn't give anything, would they? So, yeah, maybe we do need them back. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We assume now that Newcastle are going to lose 1-0 to Aston Villa. Few take the 3 points, move on, Bees. And the key was not conceding the chances, wasn't it, for Brentford today? They just did enough. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully we can park that game and I don't have to talk about penalties for another at least 12 hours. That seems to be all I have to do when we're talking about football. It's just everything's a penalty, isn't it? Or if not, it should have been a penalty. But then when it is, it's terrible. But there we go. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow for the Saturday Super stream. It's a big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.